Guys, so in today's lecture of ECM, we were discussing the last chapter, that is energy and environment and climate change. So in this chapter, we have seen various conference of parties, that uh, various conferences which were held in various years to control the climate change. So today we are going to discuss BLY, that is Bachat Lamp Yojna. So as the name suggests, Bachat Lamp Yojna. So the lamp means bulb, and Bachat means saving, and Yojna means scheme. So to save energy by replacing bulbs. So which technologies of bulbs has been used over years? So firstly, the incandescent bulbs were used. So incandescent bulbs are highly inefficient. They convert 95% of electrical energy into heat energy and only 5% into light energy. So lighting accounts for about 20% of electrical consumption and has significant potential for reduction of load without compromising on the lumen output. By use of energy efficient lighting in place of incandescent bulbs. Contrary to this, CFLs were used. So, what are CFL? So, CFL were compact fluorescent lamps. So, compact fluorescent lamps, that is CFL. So CFL provide the energy efficiency alternative to incandescent lamp by using one-fifth as much as electricity as of incandescent lamp. So it will use one-fifth of electricity to give the same light which which the incandescent bulbs were giving. So its efficiency is higher. So So CFL uses less power, have longer rated life, but have higher purchase price. So its initial cost is high. So Government of India's efforts for promotion of CFLs are having the desired impact on the market with the sales of CFL. In India, it has grown from about 20 million, so 20 million in 2003 to around 200 million in 2008. So you can see, as it is almost 1000% increase in the consumption or in the use of the CFL lamp. So in just, that is 5 years. So however, the penetration of CFL in household sector remains low, about 5 to 10 percentage, largely due to high prices of the CFL, which is about 8 to 10 times the cost of incandescent bulb. So the cost is 8 to 10 times higher. So if suppose the incandescent bulbs is of 10 rupees, then CFL was of 80 to 100 rupees. So CFL lighting scheme, CFL lighting scheme, or as it is called as BLY, Bachat Lamp Yojna, promotes the replacement of inefficient bulbs with CFL. So incandescent bulbs with CFL by leveraging the sale of certified emission rights. So certified emission rights under the Clean Development Mechanism (CDM) of the Corridor Protocol. So Bachat Lamp Yojna has entered validation for the UNFCCC CDM program activity, and Bachat Lamp Yojna BLY seeks to utilize the CDM of the Kyoto Protocol to bring down the price of the CFL. So the public private partnership, so triple P, between the government of India, private sector CFL manufacturer traders, project developers, and state level electricity distribution companies would provide the framework to distribute high quality CFL at about rupees 15 rupees per piece to the household of the country. So this was a huge step in reducing the price of the CFL. So under the scheme, only 60 watt and 100 watt incandescent lamps have to be replaced with 11 to 15 watt and 20 to 25 watt. So the wattage has been decreased because the consumption has been reduced for the same level of illumination. So this was the Bachat Lamp Yojna. So how will the approach of the Bachat Lamp Yojna? So we will see the approach. So this was the introduction for the Bachat Lamp Yojna. So approach. So the government would develop a programmatic approach. So programmatic approach within which individual CFL supplier would develop CDM project. So would develop CDM projects. So the Bureau of Energy Efficiency, as we know that BEE, being a statutory body set up under the Energy Conservation Act, EC Act 2001, by the Government of India, will coordinate with small scale program of activities. So uh, small scale program of activities, so SSCPOA, and will facilitate implementation of the program in various states through the respective DISCOMs. So DISCOMs is distribution companies, electricity distribution companies. So DISCOMs with the assistance of the CFL suppliers. So the development of SSCPOA is a voluntary action on the part of BEE, and it would not seek any commercial revenues from the SSCPOA. So no revenue. So it is the voluntary action. On the other hand, it will, on the behalf of the government of India, take responsibility of monitoring of all the project areas after the DISCOMs and the CFL suppliers have entered into tripartite agreement, that is TPA, tripartite agreement with BEE. So BEE will undertake monitoring of each project area as required under an approved methodology of CDM. So, for this purpose, BEE has developed smart meters based on GSM technology that are being fitted between the socket and the CFL in sample households, around 200 in each project area. So this based meters GSM based meters collects the data on hours of use and energy consumed by sending SMS to the central server. So the development of POA is voluntary action on the part of BEE, and it would not seek any commercial revenues from the POA. On the other hand, it will, on behalf of the Government of India, take responsibility of monitoring all the projects area after the DISCOMs and the CFL suppliers have entered into tripartite agreement with BEE. So this will be the largest POA to be submitted to the CDM Executive Board by anyone in the world. So along with POA, BEE has also prepared model project documentation in accordance with requirement of the CDM to enable states and other private investors to take them up. So now how does this BLY scheme work? So how will this scheme work? So Bachat lamp Yojna works. So we will see step by step. So first point is under the BLY scheme, quality CFLs. CFL quality. So CFL qualities CFL are distributed to the uh, grid connected residential household in exchange of an incandescent lamp. So if you give IL lamp, so you will get CFL. And INR 15, this means that any household can give a bulb plus rupees 15 to get a CFL. So bulb plus rupees 15, so you will get a CFL. So CFL cost is around 8 to 10 times of the bulb. So this Yojna basically removes the first cost barrier. So cost barrier has been removed. Second point, so to handle the problem of high transaction cost of the preparation and registration of CDM projects, so transaction cost is very high. So registration of the CDM projects for wider reach and faster implementation, BEE developed a program of activities which would serve as an umbrella of CDM project. Then third, the tripartite agreement, that is TPA, works in the background between BEE and DISCOMs. So BEE and DISCOMs. So it will work in the background of this both NCFL suppliers and also CFL suppliers. So in the tripartite agreement, it is between three parties, BEE, DISCOMs, and CFL suppliers. So the implementation of this project turns out to be the largest POA in terms of carbon dioxide reduction. So in CO2 reduction, it is the largest to be ever registered by the CDM executive board. So fourth, all other individual projects are designed to be in conformance of with umbrella project, and they are added to the umbrella project as and when they are prepared. So umbrella, so all the projects will be in conformance with this umbrella project. Then fifth, the replacement of all the 400 million incandescent lamps ICLs by CFLs would lead to a potential reduction of around 6,000 megawatt in electricity demand, and the current penetration of CFL in the household sectors remain low at about 5 to 10 percentage, largely due to the high price of the CFL, which is 8 to 10 times the cost of incandescent lamp. Then sixth, the Bachat lamp Yojna focuses on the first cost barrier to reduce the cost of CFL, so that of increasing lamp by distributing it rupees 15, as we discussed earlier. So for 15 for the CFL. So Bachat lamp Yojna is a win-win situation for all. So in the next lecture, we will see the prototype carbon fund, that is PCF. So thank you very much.